in my life that way.
You're very sexy in person, by the way.
I'm glad one of us said it. You're going to make Kevin Costner blush.
From legendary performances to unforgettable interviews, Kevin Costner has built a career defined by talent, charm, and authenticity. These are his best moments.
Chris is great about what they get to eat, because if it was me, they'd have chocolate. You know, they'd have what's simple, you know. Put some ribs in there. Chris going, no, that's not how we're going to do it.
Everyone yelling at my dad, and it was wonderful. It was awesome.
If there's ever a day you feel like the dude, this would have been the day.
This was a good day.
Right?
She tried to keep it casual, but her admiration for him was written all over her face.
But I know you have like 7 kids and you're, you know what I mean?
I have all the stuff, so...
Yeah, you have a lot of things
safe
going
to say
on.
I know what I'm doing.
How did you get your first job?
I actually didn't get my first job. I had to go into stage acting. I was a stage manager, so I thought, you know, I wasn't smart enough to be a bartender. I couldn't make change. I never liked when they gave you $1 plus 8 cents. That negative numbers was hard for me, and so, you know, I thought, well, I'll take out trash. That's what I'll do, as long as it's movie trash. And so that's how I started. I was a stage manager.
Really?
Yeah.
It sounds unreal, but there was a moment when Stephen Hawking casually arrived at Kevin Costner's place to ask about a music star connection.
I actually had my 3, my oldest was 12, and I said, I want you to meet this man. I didn't really know a lot about him, honestly. I'm a public school guy, so Stephen Hawking, let's go. So I wasn't sure. So he came, and I was obviously taken back at, you know, where he was in that wheelchair. He wasn't able to move. I got him a drink, and most of it ended up on the floor. And I saw my children just a little bit shocked. And I said to them, look, if you want to go finish your homework, you can do that. And of course, they peeled off because I thought this isn't going to work for them. But yeah, he came over, you know.
Wow. What did he ever explain why specifically he wanted?
I was waiting for it, and finally he said, I'd like to know about Whitney Houston. And I said, well, okay, you're just like me. Let's get to it. And I said, you're not the only one, Steve. A lot of people want to know about Whitney. I said, what do you want to know? And that was it.
The body of work that there's that. There's that. There's that. Just a wonderful body of work.
Okay.
No, seriously.
I guess that body of work.
Then we start putting clothes on you. Black or white, and I'm going to let you explain what the movie is about.
Well, you know, that's simple because I usually make 3-hour movies, so now I got about 6 seconds to tell the story.
When your life is interesting enough, dinner plans can occasionally include a president.
Pretty amazing day, and now I'm about to go home, and he goes, you want to go to the White House? And I said, yeah. We get on the helicopter, we go across the Potomac, the Marines salute, we get off on the White House lawn. Do you want to play some horseshoes? I said, my pat answer, okay. And so we play 2 out of 3, and now he's going to have dinner, because Andre was his guest. I'm thinking my day's over, and he goes, do you want to swim in the pool? And I said, by myself? And he goes, yeah, we got all the stuff. So I'm swimming in the pool. So I get out of the pool, I'm going away, and he says, do you want to have dinner? And I said, yeah, fine. And so now the next morning, I'm thinking about my day, and I'm in the trailer, and Oliver comes in. He's like really grumpy. This, and I go, what's the matter, Oliver? And he goes, you know, I went over to the White House, and they gave me the B tour, not even the A tour, the B tour. He gave me the B tour. He says, I didn't even get to see the pool because there was somebody in it. I remember one of my friends was a writer, and of course, I sent him on a lot of, you know, jobs, and every report that came back was he just pissed everybody off. And finally he came over and he goes, you know, I hate Hollywood, I hate all you people. And he went down to Arizona and he was working in a Chinese restaurant. He said, have you read it? Read what I wrote? I said, no, I don't really like you anymore. And he goes, well, I'm cold. I'm working at this place and I'm having to kill raccoons and work at this Chinese restaurant. And I said, so I sent him a sleeping bag. I sent him stuff. And he said, did you read what and finally I read it, and it was Dances with Wolves.
No.
His funniest moments often come from answers that sound completely serious until you realize how clever they actually are.
Like, I'm not really aware of the danger at all of anything. It's like, when I cast Whitney, did you know she was African American? Yes, I saw that. This could only end where, you never had to say anything. You were so beautiful.
Yeah, but I think that it's interesting because I feel like, maybe it's because I'm older now, but I used to look at that age as being really old.
Yeah, ancient.
And now that I'm that age, I'm 47, and
Yeah.
I think I don't.
We're just living a lie, Ellen. We're just living a lie.
Yeah. We're in complete
We're
denial.
just really old.
Yeah.
We want to erase you.
You can become a Hollywood legend, but you're still not safe from the honesty of your own child.
I was watching Black or White. There's this moment where I'm coming out of a pool, and I was studying her because didn't want her really in the room, but she came in and sat next to me, and I didn't really feel it because I was really concentrating. And then I get pulled out of the pool, and it's done. And then I look over to her, and she goes, "Daddy, you got a fat belly." And I looked at her, "What? You got a big belly." And I thought, well, I tried to explain to her character development. Well, you have a scene that I really love. I think a lot of people really love that scene.
Really? Which scene is that?
The Barbie movie. Where it's literally impossible to be a woman. That you're so beautiful, you're so smart, and it kills me that you don't think you're good enough. That was pretty good.
Did you, Kevin Costner, memorize my monologue about womanhood from Barbie?
No.
Okay.
But it's an important message, really, and it always serves to remind me what's possible in film.
Being a stunt double sounds intense, but sometimes it comes with surprising freedom. And in this clip, Kevin Costner reveals a moment where he and his double went completely off script during filming.
We're out in the country, and he goes, "You want to go hunt for some mushrooms?" And I said, "What kind of mushrooms?" And the guy goes, the good kind." I said, "Okay, let's go." So, and we're kind of looking out there, and he finds one, and then he finds another one, and I can't find one. And after he find a few of these things, I said, "Hey, man, how did this work?" And he says, "Well, you have a mushroom, and then they tell you where to find the others." And I said, "All right, I get the logic, but we're doing a sword fight right after this." I said, and he went, "That's a good point too." So I didn't hurt anybody.
When an actor is willing to self-finance a project, it says everything about the level of belief they have in the story they want to tell. And this conversation really highlights how personal those choices can become.
But sometimes that's what you have to do if you want to get a good part, I guess.
That's not true. Come on.
Well, it was a movie that wasn't going to get made, and Rob Marshall couldn't turn his back on you, right? When I read this movie, I thought, I have to make this movie. I have to say these words. And it was such a good speech in the end, I thought to myself, I'm the only person who can actually screw this up too. I lost sleep thinking that I wouldn't do that right. It was important to me.
That you would not get it.
That I would somehow not serve it, and that was important to me to do that. Met all the guys that I knew, again, and hadn't seen them in a long time, and they were all about 5 inches shorter than me.
Well, I'm just curious, does that give you an empathy with people that are smaller?
No, I got them all in headlocks.
Mock them. We were talking about this today around the office. There aren't many truly great baseball movies. You have made 2 of them. 3.
Well, love of the game. I pitched a perfect game. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
A perfect game.
3 of them. I was going to say. Yes. 3.
Yeah, I'm not pushing cat around, but I work it myself. I build the roads and do all the stuff just because it's what you do.
That is not what I would do. I'd pick up the phone and get someone to build a road.
You do it
well, I bathed in heavy cream and looked out a window.
You do it if you're with me, because I'd knock on you and say, Conan, come on, we're up. We're going.
Not now, Kevin. I'm sleeping.
Come on, you.
I was up late watching videos.
Behind the fame and iconic roles, his quiet moments with Bob reveal a grounded side of him, where loyalty and comfort speak louder than anything else.
Can you tell me who this guy is?
Oh, geez. Yeah, I got a buddy. His name's Bob.
You named the dog Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob's a good name for a dog.
Yeah. When I'm angry with him, it's Bob.
Oh, yeah.
It's Bobby when he's okay.
Here's Bobby taking a nap in the dishwasher.
Yeah. He kind of waits for me to do the dishes. It's a pretty good dog, right?
Yeah.
I do all the work. He does everything else.
Yeah.
And I was doing the dishes, and like anything, I thought, where is he?
Yeah.
He's too quiet. He's chewing on something. And I went to go, and I ran right into that thing. I saw that he was sleeping.
That might be the cutest
and I
thing.
did like everything that Americans do these days. Even if somebody passes out, I took his picture. I'm really not acting, because I thought, I would make sure that the limo driver wasn't really watching. So
Correct.
In the middle of the scene, I looked up at the camera, and just off the camera, and I said, what's your name? And I could hear the director and the camera go, who's he talking to? And then I said, Bill, why don't you put the thing up? And then I went back to kissing her and, and unzipping and stuff. And the scene was all over, and he yelled, cut, and he said, what were you doing? And I said, I just thought that's what
you would do.
Happened. And they later on, like 2 months later, went back and shot the limo guy.
Oh, did they?
Just responding to the thing that I had done, and it cut in perfectly.
In this interview, he reveals a reality most people don't see, how a successful film can leave surprisingly small returns after all the deductions.
We're going to talk about Europe a little bit. No Way Out, 71 cents. Perfect World, I got $1.35.
Whoa!
Revenge, $1.22. $6.46 for Robin Hood, 54 cents for Silverado, 43 cents for Testament. Tin Cup, I got 78 cents. Untouchables, 67 cents. The War, 34. Waterworld, 87. That's paying for itself. And Wyatt Earp, I got 67 cents, and my accountant had the nerve to say, this check was deposited into your management account, $15.38. You know what? Little by little, this stuff adds up.
Few people could walk into a room like Sean Connery and make everyone else feel like they had to step up.
When I was with him and some girl was trying to get my attention, like looking over, and finally I'm kind of done with him, and I think, well, I'll stroll over and see what she really wants. So I did. I walked and she was behind the ribbon, and I got really close to her. I said, yeah, and she goes, could you get me Sean's autograph? And I went like, I felt like I had a cigarette hanging out of my mouth like this. I said, yeah, of course I could do that.
A simple reflection turns into a heartfelt memory of Whitney Houston's presence during The Bodyguard.
Whitney, who had this big voice that came out of her, and it was her first movie, and I thought, she was so beautiful, and I thought, well, this is the girl for me. Not everyone thought that. It turned out, but I did. And when we were done, it was a really important moment in her life and her career, and we'll always be locked together that way.
A film festival in France turned into a moment he made sure to truly enjoy, not just attend.
You brought your kids to the premiere?
Yeah, I wanted them to see me work.
Yeah.
I brought 5 of them and got them tuxedos. Bought them dresses. And
Did you tell them, if this movie doesn't work out, this is the last vacation Daddy's taking you on?
I did. I wanted to know how worried they were that they were going to stick with me and support me. And the minute they got there, my 2 sons went fishing, got a boat, went fishing. My 3 daughters ended up on a boat, and said they would see me around 3 or 4 o'clock, me working, and then made a call, and they were drinking drinks at this point. So they cruised in about 8 o'clock at night. I've been working. I said, we came to France to be as a family, and they go, it's working great, Dad.
Yeah.
What struck you this time? Why did you want to make it now?
Well, I thought I might have a hard time getting over that fence too, and chasing those criminals on feet.
What starts as a funny childhood memory quickly turns into a wild, chaotic story filled with imagination, mischief, and a very unexpected favorite thing for kindergarten sharing day.
Thin ridge line, careful not to fall or to make any noise that would bring him or my mother back into the room. The stakes were high. It wouldn't be too much to say that they were life and death. I was stalking my poor dog below me. He was unaware that he was the enemy and that I was about to pounce. He was a terrier, and his fierce growl, once it started, would bring my parents running. And we would roll back and forth like that bad Western, and I would continue to stab him. It was a mighty battle that I managed to never lose, and my parents warned me, my dad specifically, that he was going to bite me and that they wouldn't blame him if he did. My father was from the Panhandle of Oklahoma. So he was comfortable saying that kind of stuff to me. Guyman, to be exact. I was growing, and a year later I was 5. And on my first day of sharing in kindergarten, I was sent home with a note on my shirt. I couldn't read, so I guess that was the point. We were told to bring our favorite thing to share, the thing that we love the most. I brought my father's 30-30.
Fame never pulls him away from what matters most, his consistent care and attention toward his family.
This morning we were both in the car. We get their packs on, away they go. Chris is great about what they get to eat, because if it was me, they'd have chocolate. You know, they'd have what's simple, you know. Put some ribs in there. Chris going, no, that's not how we're gonna do it.
Everyone yelling at my dad, and it was wonderful. It was awesome.
If there's ever a day you feel like the dude, this would have been the day.
This was a good day.
Right?
But I've had a lot of those. I feel really blessed to have been able to make movies for people around the world. This is my hometown.
Yeah.
This is a company town. This is Hollywood. I love our town. We're not doing that. We're going to be over here at the desk. So we go, fine. So we go over to the desk. Now I'm going to rehearse again. Camera probably can't find me for quite that. So I go to the desk and I start to do this scene again, and all of a sudden something in me, the same voice that was in me that said, go be an actor, said, you know what? It's over here.
From mushroom hunts before sword fights to White House horseshoes and a kindergarten 30-30, Kevin Costner has stories nobody else in Hollywood could tell. Talent, charm, and zero filter. That's Kevin Costner at his absolute funniest.